Good morning and good evening. Jai Guruji, Jai Ma Kali. Today is May 1st. I know most of you have a holiday. I'm still working and it's quiet in the afternoon, so I thought to pull out some cards for someone who is meant to hear this message. I'm trying to shuffle the cards now. I've already called upon the angels, guides, spirits and ancestors to please come and help me channel the right messages for somebody who is in need to hear the messages. I hope that this message reaches you and it helps you to make informed and intelligent decisions which may help you to ease your life a little. I'm using the traditional Rider-Waite tarot. Okay. I generally like to keep my readings short. Unless this is a personal reading, which are quite lengthy because then I use the oracle decks, some other channeled messages also. I do the Akashic reading as well. So when I sit and meditate, then the messages flow through easily, and then along with the tarot and oracle, you also get a gist of the Akashic records. Okay. All right. I'm done with shuffling. All right. So you've got the Nine of Pentacles, you've got the Knight of Pentacles, two Pentacles cards, and you've got the Death card as well, Major Arcana. Now, the initial message that I'm getting looking at these cards is that, and I mean, this will go back and resonate with the rest of the readings also that I've been doing and that I did in the last couple of days. Again, I think this is still going towards that specific, I would say, special audience, whosoever is listening to my messages and watching these videos. But it's directing me to a painful ending of a situation. Now, in the previous two readings, this was related to a relationship situation where somebody or some of the partners, they actually lied, stole something, and then did all the nasty things that were not supposed to happen in any typical relationship. But then those things happened, and those led to a very painful ending to a situation. And the person that all those things happened to actually went in some sort of trauma, and the messages that I was delivering or that I was channeling through were that they need to follow the spiritual path now. They need to get in touch with a guru, start doing some breath work, start focusing on healing yourself, and then try to find and regain your strength, which has always been inside you. It's just that when we attach ourselves to a particular situation or an outcome, then we actually tend to find our happiness in those situations. Those could be relationships, those could be our jobs, career, or some material things also. But all in all, it's only during these difficult times when things terminate, things come to an end, that God actually wants us to follow that righteous path and then turn inward than turning outward. God wants us to turn inside and then look and find what pieces of our consciousness are needing the healing at that stage. And that's how this healing journey starts. And that's how you actually start walking the path of the spirituality or going back home. Going back home, when I say, then that means that finding yourself, knowing who you truly are, who you are from the inside, and then follow that path back to where all of us came from. So anyway, so those readings were actually related to the relationships. Now this particular reading, because if you see here, there is a termination or there is an ending which is happening, but now intuitively I'm feeling that, because I've got 2 pentacles, so this ending is happening in terms of more physical things or more material things. It could be a situation with a job, situation with your finances, money, or some resources also. I'm feeling that there is someone who may have lost their work, may have lost their job, and now what's happening is that they are passed through that stage of grief, I would say, and suffering. And now the positive card that I really want you to focus on right now, whosoever this message is meant for, is the 9 of Pentacles. This is a very special card. It actually shows and talks about all the freedom, all the independence that you can get being single or being free. When I say being single, then it does not necessarily mean that you have to be single relationship wise, but being single means that you actually own your life now. You are independent and you take charge of your life, you take charge of your finances, you take charge of your money. You are not dependent on a job, a work situation, or somebody else who will come forward and support you in terms of material things. You actually take charge of the situations, and then you find ways to enjoy that freedom, to enjoy that independence at the same time. And since it's 9 of Pentacles, the moment you start enjoying that independence, and that the moment you start working towards building yourself back up from all the missing pieces and scattered pieces, when you start rebuilding your life, then that's where the true happiness or the true financial freedom comes in. And I'm telling you this from my own experience also, that let's not be dependent on anybody or any situation, whether it's in terms of relationships or in terms of physicality or material things, because all the good things and all the strength that the universe wants to bestow upon you comes deep inside from that infinite ocean of consciousness that lies deep inside us. We are just a drop of that infinite consciousness. So rather than going and crying over the spilled milk because of the card or the situation that ended, I always like to look at life at the more brighter side, look at life from the other lens also, which is very bright, which is sunny, which is financially abundant. You see all the yellow color right here, which this color is also signified by the major arcana, which is the most abundant card, the Sun card. And the yellow color in terms of um, because I do uh, practice astrology, so the color yellow is associated with um, the planet Jupiter. We call it as Guru. So you could imagine that Guru or Jupiter is all about expansion. It's all about expanding your life. It's all about having and living an abundant life with all the resources that you can never think of. And it's all about having the knowledge and the skills to pursue a living or to pursue something which truly makes your consciousness or soul happy. So I really want you to focus on this card, Nine of Pentacles. Forget about the Death card and the Knight of Pentacles. I know that's a very difficult and painful situation that you went through, or that some of you may be going through. But listen to the guidance that your angels, guides, ancestors, and Shiva and Kali wants to give you. The strength lies within you only. Pull yourself back up. Start trusting yourself more. Be independent. And now gather all the missing pieces together, and then start working towards finding a new way of life, finding yourself and finding the meaning also towards life. With that, I will conclude this reading here. I hope that this resonated with you, and if this did, then do help this channel grow, and like, subscribe, and share also. We'll continue to post these daily readings, and once a week on Saturdays and Sundays, when I have a little bit of more bandwidth, I will try to include the channel messages after meditating. That will be the Akashic messages right from the Akashic records. Until then, I wish you the very best, and have a good rest of the day. Jai Guruji, Jai Ma Kali.